The Fountain, Day 111, Return. Right now I see something wonderful, a holy reset, a do-over, an opportunity to reach into today and flip the script, a chance to live out the more that Jesus said we would. It, like many things I speak about these days, begins with family, being rooted and grounded in our first ministry, God and family. God is giving us an invitation. Will you accept it? All who do will find joy unimaginable in these last days. Those who choose the still way will have peace that surpasses all other things. The ones who choose will create a legacy instead of just creating the now. Those who go all into the call for a deeper walk will celebrate the richness of relationship with Jesus. It's a choice, though. Everything God offers is a choice. We have chosen this way as a family. Many from my generation and the one following it have begun to stop simply doing the status quo. We've taken a pause and wondered if there's more. I see many returning to the old ways, beginning to disconnect their children and themselves from being slaves to the systems that have been set up. Old systems that have been effectively eroding our society. Systems of a godless portion of government. And yes, that godless portion exists in both political parties. Systems that transfer what should be managed by the church, universal, including personal responsibility, and creating and nurturing a selfish society living completely dependent upon the government for finances and decision-making. Systems designed to bankrupt our country and destroy our constitutional republic. Systems that attempt to take authority over our children. Systems that attempt to take authority over our children out of their parents' hands and place it in the hands of strangers like doctors and government officials. All these things are in stark contrast to God's plan for family and the church. We are made to be accountable to God. We're created to build, create, and partner with heaven. We are created to be under God's authority, not man's authority. Yes, we will always have governmental structure and we need it, but we're not meant to be slaves of godless leaders who balk at even the idea of God and are completely devoid of conscience and morals. It's time to slow down and listen to God more intently. The battle for this is intense. Even in our slowed down state as a family, I still struggle to find the stillness I need, but I fight for it every day nonetheless. It's a worthy fight. Be still and know that I am God is more than just a memory verse. It should be a way of life. It should be our go-to position. I have noticed that if the world is screaming, "Go this way," then I most assuredly need to move in the opposite direction. And the only way to know that opposite is to be still and listen, and then have courage to move counterculturally. The road less traveled, it's not the easy way, it's the narrow way. You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad and its gate is wide for many who choose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. Matthew 7:13-14. We've mentioned this verse before, but I won't stop mentioning it because we need to be constantly reminded what's at stake. Eternity is at stake. A life in heaven versus a life in hell. It's time to return to our first love. Look how far you've fallen. Turn back to me and do the works you did at first. If you don't repent, I will come and remove your lampstand from its place among the churches. Revelation 2, verse 5.